Hi, my name is Isabella Fernandez, and this is my presentation on my virtual library from Google's Books. So I have different categories here where I put in my different books for the different genres. So the first one is contemporary realistic fiction, where I have Looking for Alaska, Perks of Being a Wallflower, and Holes. These are all like really interesting kind of coming of age stories that I think could be really relatable to older students, and yeah, they're really interesting. For my diverse books, I have House on Mango Street, To Kill a Mockingbird, Pink is for Boys, Dumpling Soup, and The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian. For this category, I kind of tried to include different ethnicities and also different sexualities that I thought could really help students. I really like that they're all different, and I even included Pink is for Boys and Dumpling Soup, which are two picture books that are really good reads. For fantasy, I included BFG, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. The BFG is actually one of my favorite fantasy books. It's about a giant, and also Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is one of my favorite books growing up, so I included these three in my fantasy section. Historical fiction, I have Esperanza Rising, The War That Saved My Life, and Number the Stars. These are all about different time periods, and they include different ethnicities. I also like that they all are about females, so that's really interesting. For my informational bibliography, I have The Wright Brothers, Eleanor Roosevelt, and Worst of Friends. I really like The Worst of Friends. That one was a really cool way to organize information for kids. I thought it made it really presentable and interactive. For picture books, I have Where the Wild Things Are, Wabi Sabi, and The True Story of the Three Little Pigs. For poetry, I have Honey I Love, Inside Out, and Back Again, and Where the Sidewalk Ends. I really liked Where the Sidewalk Ends, and it just includes a bunch of little short poems. Honey I Love is also a really good poetry book. For science fiction, I just have some. I have Harry Potter. I would actually include the whole Harry Potter collection. I have Percy Jackson and A Wrinkle in Time. And then lastly, for traditional literature and folktales, I have Goldilocks, The Three Little Pigs, Rapunzel, and Tiki Tiki Tembo. I included Tiki Tiki Tembo to kind of try to throw in another multicultural aspect for the traditional literature. We're pretty much all familiar with these stories, but yeah, it was actually really interesting to see how many different versions of traditional literature there were, and like the picture books and the novels and the continuations. It was really cool to see all the different ways that these were published. So yeah, in conclusion, that is my virtual library. I really enjoyed being able to make it, and it really made me learn how accessible books are through virtual formats and how easy it is to lay it out. I think this would be a really good tool to use in the classroom, especially you could just make this accessible on your class website or whatever, and then students would be able to just go in to the class library and actually just be able to view the books there. So yeah, thank you for watching my presentation, and